The NBA season may be in lockout, but guess what? We have live NBA action right here, brought to you by 2K Sports. I am living from 510, and I am here with It's Dawkins as the New York Knicks take on the Utah Jazz. Me and Dawkins used to be with EA Sports, but, you know, technical, contractual difficulties brought us to 2K, so we are loving being with 2K Sports right now. We will be here all season. This is the first game of the NBA season on Monday night as the Utah Jazz and Al Jefferson take on Carmelo Anthony and the New York Knicks. What are the keys to victory? What does Utah need to do, and what did the Knicks need to do to win this game?
Well, Utah feeds the big man. Get Jefferson involved. Can Karlinko guard Carmelo on the perimeter? And, of course, can DH turn it around from last year and be the leader, be the general that the Utah Jazz need them to be? And will the role players for the New York Knicks step up? I think last year, especially down the road, you know, especially in the postseason, that they were relying on Carmelo and Amari and Chauncey a little too much. They need to get the role players involved. If they can do that, I think New York will have a better chance of winning this game.
Yep, if you look at the lineups here, you did mention the role players. Landry Fields probably going to need to be a big factor, as well as AK-47, because obviously the majority of the focus is going to be on Melo and Al Jefferson in this one. Chauncey Billups, good year last year, looking to now with a full season with New York, looking to bring them to the promised land.
That's right.
Yeah, Al Jefferson and the Utah Jazz, they kind of fell off after that trade. He is now the star of this team. He is now the anchor. So he's going to need to step into that role, and hopefully he can do that with, you know, DH there and not D. Will. So see how it works out. Opening tip-off of the NBA season, just seconds away. Yep, forget the lockout. We are underway as DH comes up the court with it now. Devin Harris. He used to be in net. Now he's a Utah Jazz player. How does the system change? What do they really have to do to complement DH? He's not D. Will.
Yeah, I think definitely DH is not the scorer that D. Will is. So he's going to have to be more of a true point guard, even though he gets the basket right there. I think that he's going to have to rely on getting the ball to Jefferson and the Karlinko. And Raja Bell can hit the three. So I think if he can get him the ball, if he can do a little drive, you know, penetration and kick the ball out to Raja Bell, it will bode well for the Utah Jazz.
Yep. DH, as we talked about, came over from New Jersey. He did have a good stint there out of Wisconsin, but he now is basically a potential as Ronnie Turioff. Ronnie Turioff, no, with a big slam. That's Amari Stoudemire.
Oh, that was nasty. That was nasty. He put his business all up on Paul Millsap right there.
Yes, he did. Devin Harris bringing it up the court again. It looks right now that the Utah Jazz are looking to kind of, you know, take their time, look for good shots. If DH misses one here, rebound by Ronnie Turioff. Turioff fires up court. It got the break, and that is a foul call. Utah does not like that, but Landry Fields will be going to the line. That was a shooting foul.
Yeah, it was, and that could be, you know, in the category of a good foul by Raja Bell right there. A nice mid-range jumper for Landry Fields, most likely will fall. So good foul, send him to the line, see if he can make two.
Landry Fields, a very good free throw shooter. Gets one. Now Landry Fields kind of came out of nowhere last season. He's one of these young building blocks the Knicks definitely love having around.
Yeah, and you know, I followed him. He was at Stanford, and he was a solid player at Stanford. So, you know, the fact that he was able to step in right away didn't surprise me, but the fact that he played so well did surprise me.
Did as he makes both of them, so now it is 4-2. We have a low-scoring game so far. Devin Harris looking to again set his team up in a position to tie it or take the lead in there early on to make a statement. Raja Bell is holding the ball. Looks like they are going to play their offense through Millsap, at least in this possession. Millsap with a little fadeaway, in and out. Rebound by Carmelo Anthony. Billups brings it up the court. Billups also a player that got traded mid-season to the Knicks. He was kind of hesitant at first, but now he's definitely loving being there in New York.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. I think that he is getting older, so yeah, I guess he wanted to stay in one place for the rest of his career, but it didn't happen.
Phillips with a three, but misses it, and there is Jared Jeffries, who's not known for his scoring, but can give you at least 5 points a game. He's there for the quick twos. He's kind of been there for his defense.
Yeah, definitely. He is a role player that needs to step his game up. And right there, he got the board and the putback. Nice play right there by Jeffries.
Jefferson blocked. That was Melo on the block. So Carmelo Anthony playing defense, right there, saying no, you don't, big boy. Phillips passes up on the open shot right there, looking to set it up. Now he's pump faking. And it looks as the clock ticks down, the gun need to fire up a shot. Is this really the person that you want to be taking the shot? That's Jared Jeffries. No, you don't. Shot clock violation.
Yeah, he should get the ball up right there. He should have stayed on the other side of the court where he had isolation going, but he didn't do that, and there's a result.
Exactly, as C.J. Miles and Walker check into the game. So early on here, we are seeing that Utah, they're playing somewhat defense, but their slow pace is kind of not helping them right now against the running gun New York Knicks offense at a 6-2. Every single time. Clock winding down. 3, 2, 1. He's going to have to fire it up, and he does get it. So C.J. Miles, who just checked into the game, gets a quick 2. But they're going to need some ball movement. I'm not seeing a lot of ball movement from either one of these teams.
Yeah, the pace of this game is really, really slow. I would expect New York to pick it up because the coach loves to run the gun so much. And I think Utah, the pace is good for Utah. Slow the game down, make it a half-court game.
Jared Jeffries, again, they are running their offense through Jared Jeffries for some reason. Maybe he paid the coach to do that or something, but he does get the foul there, so he's going to the line to shoot too. Jared Jeffries, like we said, we talked about him a little bit. He's more of a defensive player, but at least this year he's kind of trying to show that he can also put some points up.
Yeah. And I think that he's going to be big coming off that bench this year.
He is, and you mentioned the bench of the New York Knicks. It has a lot of depth. That may be one of their strongest aspects going into this season, is their big bench.
Right, but I think that the Achilles heel will still be not having somebody who can score on the low block besides Amari.
Yep, they're hoping that Ryan Turioff can do that for him, but again, Ryan Turioff is more of a shooter than an actual banger. But we'll see what happens as Miles looking to set the offense up. I see a lot of movement. I don't see a lot of passing. Miles fires up a 3. That's off. Melo with the quick out. And you bring the cookies. That's Walker with the huge dunk. Look at the slam can.
That is elevation. Miles just got posterized right there. And that was a terrible shot of Miles on the other end. When you have time on the shot clock, you knocked off that jump.
And they are looking to regroup as the timeout is called for Utah. So you're exactly right. There's no ball movement, and he fires up a 3 out of nowhere. But I don't know. I mean, he had a little bit of space, but then at the other end he got posterized. So now that poster is going to be hanging up in some New York Knicks fan room. So congratulations, C.J. Miles.
Yeah, right. Man.
As we have a little bit of a break here, let's quickly talk about both of these teams. Let's start with the Utah Jazz. The Utah Jazz were a playoff team. Now they're not on paper. They're more of like a wild card team, if anything.
Yeah. I think this last year, the whole Jerry Sloan thing, and then you get rid of D. Will. I think that Utah is clearly in the rebuilding stage. And with the lack of an off-season in the NBA and the season starting late, I don't think that Utah is going to do too much this year.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. But you never know. You never know, and they definitely want to get up on the right foot as C.J. Watson, who just checked into the game, is now trying to make a play, and he does get the foul call, but Turioff does not like that one.
Nah, it doesn't, and I don't know what the point guards for Utah Utah is doing. I think that they all think that D will or whatever, and they need to share the sugar, pass the rock, or because I don't think that the refs are gonna keep on giving these guys foul calls.
I don't think so. You can't win a game just relying on those foul calls. As he misses the first free throw, he's a decent free throw shooter. Watson is, but at the same time, you don't want to live and die with his free throws. You definitely, like you said, want to give it to the big man, Al Jefferson, who we haven't really been talking about, at least in this first quarter.
Yeah, and I thought that would get him the ball immediately.
He does hit the second one, so it makes it a 5-point ball game. Tony Douglas, who also just checked into the game for Chauncey Billups, brings it up the court. Gives it to Melo. Melo, that shot will go in at least 80% of the time, but it does not come to fruition here as Watson brings it up the court. He's going to slow it down, though. He's going to slow it down, trying to get some people in motion. They are feeding it to Jefferson. Jefferson has one-on-one. This is the play that they love going to as Jefferson hits that two.
It's like a straight beast on the low block right there. A lot of people forgot that he played for the Celtics. He was in a trade that sent Kevin Garnett to the Celtics. And he really did help that Wolves team to at least stay current in Minnesota.
Melo with the great play there. That was between three Utah Jazz players, but he was able to sneak that in there, so he gets it right back. Give it to Jefferson, we'll give it to Melo. Here they go, Jefferson in the post again, looking to make some moves. He does give it out to Millsap. 3 on the shot clock. Earl Watson's going to have to fire this up. That is way off. Walker
that's
with
not
the
a shot. That's not a shot that you want him to take.
He is not a star that you want exactly. They want someone to take. Last shot. Here's Melo with the drive. That's way off. Kind of forced it there. Jefferson with the rebound gives it to Watson. They're going to slow it down. 17 seconds. Try to hope for the last shot. Set something up. Get a good possession. Give it to Jefferson. Jefferson with a lot of pump fakes. Fires it all the way across to Millsap to Watson. Watson's going to have to fire it up, and that's no good. So at the end of one, we have a close game. Both of these teams are trying to play slow basketball. What do you think so far, Doc?
Well, I think that Utah clearly has to run set plays because Watson running the point is just not a good idea right now because he doesn't know what he's doing. You have Jefferson on that last series way outside the key, and he needs to be on the low block all day.